The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
We had a legend return to the sport. This was also on July 19th, later that night. We had Manny Pacquiao fighting Mario Barrios into a majority draw for the WBC welterweight title. And this was a tale of volume versus power. Early on in the fight, you saw Barrios use that jab and it looked good, but when Pacquiao landed, you could tell the power was still there. It wasn't the Pacquiao old throwing like the 5-6 punch combos. He was throwing like 2-3 punch combos, but when he was landing, you could tell that, Barrios was feeling that. And Barrios landed 120 punches out of 658 compared to Pacquiao's 101 out of 577. So like I said, it was Barrios throwing more, but Pacquiao had the 81-75 edge and power punches landing. Two judges scored the fight even at 114, and the third judge scored it 115-113 in favor of Barrios. What were your thoughts on this one, Chris? Because I think we might have chatted about it a little bit, but I think none of us gave Pacquiao a real shot. What were your thoughts on this one?
Pacquiao looked good. Not to hate on him, he looked good. I just didn't think, the age and the size difference played a big part in what I saw in the fight. But I didn't see the other fighter do much to win the fight himself either. I think he gave Pacquiao time to be there to fight against him. I will say at this point, Pacquiao, what are you doing this for? That's my question. Like, what is this for? What was this fight for? Is this all for the heart of it? Like, I don't understand why Pacquiao's doing these type of fights. There's no need for it. He's getting, because Pacquiao gets touched. I don't want him to, keep getting hit like this. Like, he gets touched. I mean, he's an offensive fighter. We all know that his defense is offense. He got touched a lot, and it showed. His head was getting hit back here and back. But when he throws punches, they seem like they hurt. But I just don't see why Pacquiao's doing this still. Like, there's no point to this. It doesn't go on his legacy. I don't understand the point of this.
Well, it's not like it's a circus fight. He's doing it against a champion, so maybe he's doing it for the pride and to pad his legacy and to win another championship. You don't think that's a factor into it?
I mean, at this point, no, I don't. He's fine. No, he should be fighting Jake Paul or something. Like, he's fine, man. Like, he don't need to be doing these fights. I don't see it anymore. That's just my opinion. He's a good fighter. He showed it. He can still fight, but I just don't know why you keep putting yourself in these real, like, these killers right here, like these young kids that want to keep winning and things of that nature. And he did a great job. Don't get me twisted, but at this age, there's no point, Pacquiao. There's nothing to prove here for you. You're good. You already submitted in stone and legacy. Like
you said, he was getting touched some, but it's not a shot that I saw that like, ooh, shit, Pacquiao made me to, hang him up. So
that's a good thing.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. We don't want to see that. So get out when you can. Like, there's no point. How old is Pacquiao now?
47, 48, 46. I think he's about to turn 47.
What are we doing this for, Pac?
I don't know. Maybe he's running low on cash. You think about that?
I mean, that's the only reason I can see, but I don't even see that. Like, I do believe he has it here. I believe he has it here, and he showed a great boxing showcase that he can still fight at this age, high level, throw a lot of punches, throw heavy hands. But it's almost like I like him so much. I love the way he fights. I don't want to see him go out like this. Like, Pac, it's okay. You can sit down. We're good.
What do you think, Steve?
Yeah, that fight, it was a pretty good fight considering his age, like we talked about, and how long he's been away from the ring. And I also thought about, because I had knee injuries, and I know others have different injuries, but, maybe that took him that long to get his shoulder feeling right. Because I know the recovery, as far as knee, it took about 2 years to pivot on my knee without it moving in place. And then not only that, being comfortable to, put my foot down and plant and stuff. So let alone an arm injury, dealing with his shoulder, I guess, rotator cuff. Maybe it took that amount of time for him to be comfortable, my point is he probably was testing himself to see if he still had it. In saying that, the fight, it seemed like the other dude, he was very reserved. He either respected him a lot in his power, or he just had respect for him as a legendary fighter. But either the two, I think if he gets in there with a more up in your face fighter, and like I said, them dudes are young and hungry. I might not end too well for Pacquiao, although he showed all the good stuff in this last fight he had.
So
Well, Steve, the guy that he fought is the type of fighter that you're describing. That's why it's shocked to see this didn't go the way that you're saying it is. That's why I was kind of scared for Pacquiao too, because this is a fighter that throws a lot of punches, that's in your face, going for a knockout. And like you said, it almost seemed like he was, not to say he was reserved, but it almost seemed like he had respect for Pacquiao, was reserved, and didn't go for that knockout that I'm known for him to see, that we've seen him do multiple fights. So it was kind of weird not to see that from this fighter, to be honest with you.
Right.
Yeah, y'all kind of basically already touched on the question I was about to ask y'all. So you're ahead of the gun. I was gonna say, you think Barrios showed Pacquiao a little bit too much respect? Grew up watching Pacquiao. Pacquiao's been like pro since what, 96, 95. So I think he kind of might have been kind of, starstruck a little bit, Chris.
I don't know about starstruck, but I've seen other fights with this kid. It didn't look like I don't know. I'm not saying he had a tough time against Pacquiao. I mean, it was a draw, right? So it was a tough time, but it just didn't seem like his normal fights to me. I'm gonna call it for what I see, but it wasn't his normal fight. I've seen him throw a lot of punches, try to knock people out. It didn't seem like he had the gas on the pedal to knock out Pacquiao, or even put him in harm's way like that. Like, I'm not trying to diss him, but usually we see him try to cut off the ring and try to put people in bad situation. He was touching Pacquiao a lot. Don't get me twisted. They were throwing a lot of punches, both of them, but it didn't seem like he put that extra gas in. Like, he respect them, and I don't know if Pacquiao punch power was in that that weird lefty that he got going on really threw him off a little bit. That and this Pacquiao probably was scared to get knocked out still by Pacquiao. You don't want that to happen, but it just didn't seem like he put the gas on like he's supposed to. Too much respect to me.
Man, I mean, everybody, thinks a fight might go one way until you step in there. That's probably like the biggest fight he's been on a national level. So could have been that factor. But it looks like Pacquiao wants to run it back. So how do y'all think Pacquiao fare in a rematch?
Probably the same outcome. I think he might lose.
Oh, damn.
Because I think the height plays a big difference. I think once this was like more of a sparring match for the both of them. Now I think that this young kid can sit down, use his height advantage, and put Pacquiao in certain situations. He already got punched by him, so what to take in. I think he'll be able to use his speed, his height. So I think Pacquiao might lose a few rounds and lose the fight, but I don't think he'll get knocked out or nothing. I think he'll just lose a couple of rounds. That might be the difference.
Steve?
I think it may be close to the same outcome, but possibilities of, I think he got a little bit of downloads if he's going to the second fight. Maybe he feels like he download him a little bit to, have one over on him the next fight. But y'all are saying he's agreed to the second fight. I just hope he's not in any financial reason to be doing this. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a waste of time for boxing fans, but I would say maybe it would be cheating itself and the fans by we're not getting the fight that we want to if it's based on financial. I really hope that he's really believed in himself and testing himself because I think Pacquiao put it more on the line in that ring than Barrios had a little bit of little oomph in his step and putting a little more engaged in throwing those shots. I think he might be able to catch Pacquiao off guard in the second fight.
Yeah.
So if they do have a rematch and Pacquiao does the unthinkable and wins that welterweight championship, is that we know his legacy is already set in stone, but is that kind of like the icing on the cake? Kind of erase kind of the short memory of the Marquez fight and the Floyd fight and the Horn fight. You think that's kind of like the icing on the cake if he's able to win a welterweight title at 46, 47 years old?
No, I don't think it's icing on the cake. I think the icing on the cake's already there. I don't think there's anything to me. Those fights made him who we see today. He's a legend because of those fights. If he is taking the sport and he's doing his, I don't know if it's a financial reason. I don't know his back or what he got going on in his in his personal life. But he's a boxer. He's an entertainer. This is how he knows how to make money. So I can't take any way away from someone. This is what they know how to do. If you're a plumber, this is what you do to make your income. This is what you're gonna do is plumb, right? You're gonna do jobs, and this is what he does for a job. So I'm not taking anything away from him. I don't know what else he does for work, but I know he's a boxer and he's a great boxer at that. But I would like to see him, if he takes his belt and he wants to be serious about it and fight these young kids and start being the young crew up. I mean, I'm with it. But at the same time, it's almost like, Pat, you don't really need to do, in my mind, he don't really need to do. He's already legendary. He's already here. His history's already stamped. I hope it's not a financial reason. I think he's good. But if he needs the more money and it's easy money for him, you're a boxer. This is what you do. So box.
Yeah, it might just be easy money for him. I'm sure he got paid probably 8 figures for this fight. And, I'm sure he's probably not strapped for cash unless he's just blowing it that we can't see behind the scenes. He does politics and he's like the biggest celebrity out there in the Philippines. So I don't know. So as long as he's not getting hurt and he wants to keep doing it, I guess I say go for it. I mean, not my decision, but we'll see if they do make that rematch. But
if you don't want to fight, I'll fight Pacquiao.
Oh yeah,
throw me in the mix. Yeah, throw me in the mix. I'll take a couple of dollars. He might beat me up, but I'll take a couple of dollars from Pacquiao.
Hey, Chris throwing his hat in the ring as far as fighting Pacquiao.
On retirement quick.
I'll see what I can do. I'll see if I can get in touch with my people and see if I can get that done.
Let me know.
Thank you for checking out this Haymaker Combat Sports segment. This full episode could be found on the Haymaker Combat Sports YouTube page and in audio form on all major podcast platforms. Until next time, peace.